I feel very blessed in my life. I feel as if I have been given a wonderful gift, a gift of having those memories, a gift of having that feeling, that expression. When he touched my heart, I have that memory of him touching my heart and me feeling that unconditional love. A lot of people who have near-death experiences feel that unconditional love, and it changes them forever. I am blessed to have that experience, right? The interesting thing is, I really do believe that past life or anybody's past life does not matter. Because if you really stop and think, you're not back there right now. There's nothing you can do about that or change about that. You can't do things differently. All you can do is what you can do in your present moment, where you can actually use the thoughts, words, and deeds that are active in the present moment. It's the only time you have it. You can't use them in the future. The only time you can actively do anything is in the here and now. Right? Years ago, when I used to speak all over the country, people would travel huge distances in hopes that I would verify their past life. I would say 90 to 99% of the time, I got no feeling from them at all. I got no intuition about them at all. And many times they walked up and I could feel their wanting. I could feel their need. And usually it's their need for importance. I've had people who walk up and tell me they're an apostle. Well, we were together and blah, 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 blah. And I look at them and I'm like, ooh, okay, I don't feel that at all. I don't feel that at all. Right? And could I be wrong? Sure. Absolutely. There's no reason why I'd be right. But I'm a feeling person. I believe in leading with my heart, and I believe that this is the real wisdom, and this is just knowledge, right? So when someone walks up to me, I trust my intuition very, very profoundly. I follow it. And when my intuition puts up a red flag, then I absolutely will cut that off, right? There are people in this world who've had gifted people tell them about their past lives. Wonderful, wonderful. If it serves them, if it makes them, puts them on a really spiritual path, on some real journey. There are others who really just want the importance of it. They really want the ego balance of it. And the ego balance, even if you were someone who knew John in those days, and you're all into the ego about it now, I'm not interested. I'm not interested, because who you are now is the only thing that matters. And in my life, I've had a lot of people come up to me and say they knew me when they knew me, and we were friends in the past, or we walked together in Israel in the ancient days, and I don't care. It doesn't matter. It only matters what you're doing right here, right now. My channel is called John of New, not John of Old. My channel is about the bringing what I remember from the past forward, bringing the teachings from Jeshua ben Joseph, the guy who was my dearest friend on earth, the guy who I admire more than anybody else, the guy who anybody who was there, the focus was about what we were learning from him, not about who we were learning it with. And some people were very head-centered, and some people were very heart-centered. Paul, very head-centered. He was wanting to create the rules around everything and get it very structured, right? John, very heart-centered. You look in the Bible, you look in the New Testament, Paul's dropping down rules. John's God is love, right? And fear cannot live in love, right? Those are John words, right? Esoteric, feeling heart. If I was going to use the masculine and feminine energies like I did in the last video, Paul would be the masculine, John would be the feminine in what they were teaching. But one of the things that's happened in my life is I would often get people say, "Hey, can you verify that I was, Bob the Apostle in an old life, in the old times?" And there have been times where people have walked up to me and I was like, "Oh, I feel something there." There was a recent session I did with somebody. When I saw her face, I knew she knew Jeshua. And as time went through, I discovered more about her past life, and it was very profound, very profound. And it was, the way it came into being was even amazing. But I will not verify or validate anybody else's past life because, number one, I don't know, right? I don't know. Number two, it doesn't matter. The only reason I even talk about my past life is because I have very visceral memories, and all of my memories are based in teaching, in the teachings, the lessons, the things we learned. When I talk about things that I intuitively feel, those intuitions are based on what I learned. Are they 100% accurate? No. The only thing I ask you to do is use your own discernment and say, does this feel right for me? If it doesn't, then don't follow it. Don't put it into your spiritual practice. If it does, just give it a shot. See if it delivers results. That's all I ask. All I ask is that you follow your heart, but get out of your head. I one time was performing in Baltimore, and I had people who traveled a long way, and the guy who knew that he was Peter, and he came up and he immediately started telling me, well, whatever, that I think I was there, da, da, da. And I said, well, maybe, right? He said, yeah, and somehow he mentioned Peter. And I said, well, you might have been there, who knows? And the next thing I was told in an email from someone was that he was telling people I validated his life as Peter, right? I wouldn't have done it, right? I wouldn't have done it. And the reason I wouldn't do it is because it does not matter. The whole reason he was there was to stroke his ego. And to be really honest with you, the reason I stopped doing this 20 years ago is because people were too wrapped up into that past life, who I was. And the lessons weren't being learned. The lessons weren't being delivered because they couldn't get past who I was. I met John the Beloved. Oh, right? I don't even like being called John the Beloved. I don't, because I'm John Davis, and you tag somebody with the name John the Beloved. Ooh, that draws people out of the woodwork, right? I much prefer to be called just John, period. Just call me John. I'm just a guy. I'm no better, no worse. And titles make people have a hierarchy. And I am just like you. You are just like me. I think you're my equal. I think all of you are my equals. I think we're all here in this life thing trying to figure it out. And I think we're all in this life thing together. And I think we all need to figure it out. For me, as I'm going through my journey of what does this all mean? People often ask me the big esoteric questions. Why are the apostles coming back? Why? I get those questions all the time. And I understand it seems so big and daunting. It's not. I think that I might not be the only one with these memories. I might just be one. There might be 100,000 of us, right? For an army of Johns somewhere. But the only thing that really matters is the actual spiritual truths. And spiritual truth is only found in your heart, not mine, not in anybody else's. And if you're looking for validation, then you're looking in the wrong places. You should be looking at the lessons and living the lessons. Oftentimes people want me to validate past lives. And I'll be honest with you. If I'm in the middle of a session and I get it, I will tell them. But if they're coming to me expecting me to just say it, it probably is not going to happen because I don't pick up on it. And if I don't pick up on it, I won't ever say it, right? And then the people who think they knew me from a past life or whatever, they're forgetting that I'm not that past person. I am this person. I'm John Davis. It only matters what you are doing in the here and now. The reason I'm doing what I'm doing right now is because I have these memories that are truth to me. And I think it would be morally wrong for me not to at least put them out for people to explore and examine and see if it fits for them. If it doesn't fit for them, don't follow it. Joshua, in the Bible, let those who have eyes see and those who have ears hear. That statement is about if it sounds true to you, and you have eyes to see the truth and ears to hear the truth, then it's for you. But let those who have them, who feel it as their truth, take it as their truth. This was a long sort of complainy sort of video, and I apologize for that. But I love you all. I love everybody who comes. And when I get people who come who are so far lost from the feeling of their soul and from their heart, and they're off searching, and they come to me with the desire of being important and the desire to be right. I John Davis, get a little impatient because I, John Davis, I'm a human just like everybody else. And just like everybody else, John, I would like to be heard, right? And when my opinion's asked for and I give my opinion and someone says, well, you're wrong for doing it that way. You should have done it this way. And let's debate that. And I'm like, I see nothing to debate. This is what I believe, and you ask me what I believe, right? And as I said, this person that I'm kind of alluding to, from the first interaction I had with this person, I instantly had a bad feeling about them. Instantly had an intuition about them. And then went back and stayed with it, and then my intuition kept getting verified over and over and over again. And sometimes when you have someone like that, the best thing you can do is give them a chance to break free or give them a chance to get out of the conversation. So, and if they take it, that's actually usually very good, because if they take it, that means that they're really not ready to hear what you have to say, and they want to go off and explore their own, which is great. It's what each one of us should do. But the second you start dictating how people should teach, that means you believe you're right and they are wrong. because they didn't teach the way you think they should. And when you ask what they believe and they tell you what they believe and you say, well, that should be open for debate. Why should it be open for debate if that is what they believe? Because the only reason you open belief up for debate is if you want to change belief. And I know what I believe. And I follow it with all my heart and soul. And I feel my way through life. And when my intuition says one thing, I follow that too. As should you all. Have a great day, guys. And I'm going to go let this go now. I'm going to go meditate. Have a great day. See you. Bye.